Man, going back to you, Coach, your path to Lock Haven, you talked about being at the D3 level, having that experience of taking a program and performing that turnaround, bringing Anna Maria to their first tournament berth, right? That's something that is an amazing accomplishment in itself. Now you go over to Lock Haven. You mentioned it, the best program season in 40-some years. The last season with a winning record, 1981. That was a lot of record searching on my behalf. That is crazy. But what's even crazier is that 2 years into it, you've got this program at a spot that is going to break all those narratives and those historical struggles. You're just a few plays short of winning in that season closer, Edinburgh. And that one, well, I'm sure maybe haunts you a little bit. Talk about the process, that steps. I'm full of loaded questions today, but I'll give you the floor just to talk about that in your last 2 years, man, the journey to where we're at now, and still obviously a lot of, space to grow.
Yeah. So just bring it back on just me in general, growing up, Holy Cross High School in Connecticut, first ever state championship. I was part of that team. Went to Boston College. We were one of the best, as a player there. We had our best season in 2007 that we've ever had at BC. Played with some great players, great teams. So I went to Stony Brook to cap my career. Our first 2 titles we won at Stony Brook. WPI was our best season ever. I was a defensive coordinator there. Anna Maria, never was a program that won. We turned it around in 4 years. And, I guess I'm a guy that likes really challenges and make them into opportunities. I think that's the mindset, right? You have the attitude, you pick growing up, I always picked in basketball, you always pick the 5 worst kids and try to win with those kids. That was me. Always the competitiveness in me. If I lose to you, I'm going to try to choke you out in checkers. That's just who I am. I'm super competitive. I want that. I want to do something drastic and I want to do something that, could make your name on it. Chris came here because he wants to make a footprint in the program. And he shared that. He shared that with me. I want to make a footprint in every program I go to and every place I step. I want to make a footprint. Yeah. And when kids share that vision, like in myself, we can go really far. What I learned in the Division III level was so much. And I knew that if you could win at Anna Maria, you could win anywhere, because that's a hard place to win. And I credit all D3 coaches, because that's a challenge now, right? Any coach that doesn't understand that's a real challenge. And going from Anna Maria to here, it's we have everything compared, and the resources and what you have and how you can recruit scholarships and all. It's a lot easier. I'll tell you what, it's a lot more competitive, but it's fun. And realistically, our plan was simple. It was just, get a lot of kids that believe in our vision and want to make a footprint. And, I learned a lot from sitting in the chair the last 8 years being a head coach, who to recruit, who to hire. And as much as I failed at Anna Maria in the early years, those were all learning lessons for me early on to now walk into a program and do it earlier. Right. And obviously grateful, blessed. And it's really hard to win football games, especially in our league. I took this job and it was, you can never do this. And it's just fueled my fire. Right. It's fueled everyone's fire. It says you can't do something. It was wow, watch this. It was one of those things that was just so cool to do. And now we have expectations and we're going to keep rising and keep building. And, every place I've been, we've won a championship. So I'm going to continue to make this place rise and grow. And unfortunately, we were trying to get Chris another year. I know he wanted to come back, and we were trying to find some COVID 6 years.
A lot of guys have found it, man. We had a wide receiver up here. It was 26 going on 27. He had ice bags on his knees like LeBron after a half of playing, man. Every game. It was incredible.
Take you back, Chris, if you don't want to go to the Giants.
But no, I